saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Chicago Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air right away, here's Shuck. And his first look is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays that we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing, Shuck. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Saints, first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 44-yard line.
Shuck now to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Foster Moreau, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. From the gun, here's Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw is Williams. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. You look at this Saints defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Bears in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Williams looking to do it himself. And that is incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Now it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Williams. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 26.
To throw is Shuck. And he'll find Moreau here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
That's good for the Saints. 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Saints, 1st down.
Kamara up the middle. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, Shuck. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To the air, Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. You look at this Saints defense, They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass? Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. To throw, it's Williams. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
On fourth down, here's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. An inside give, Brown. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Williams looking to do it himself. And out of bounds right around the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
That is caught inside the 5. And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Throwing is Williams. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonas Sanker. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Off the fake, now Shuck's going to throw. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The second-round pick leading this offense well. It'll be a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Shuck. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll run out of the gun with Camara. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Third down, Shuck from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
79.
From the gun, it's a run for Camara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It looks like they'll move things around here.
At the 29-yard line.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Camara trying to run for it. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So after the run by Camara, now another 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw now, Shuck. Touchdown! Foster Moreau, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's downfield. He's got Loveland. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 35.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing again here, Williams. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now Shuck. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
19 Tiger. Cowboys. Alert. Alert. Bronco switch.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the 2nd half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Off the play fake, Shuck. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Catch made, it's Moreau. Touchdown, New Orleans. Foster Moreau, 38 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 24. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw. Williams. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jonas Sinker. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Again, this is Camaro. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing, Shuck. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So first and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second half blowout material.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Shuck now to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Try to pound it in, Camara. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the Bears' 5-yard line.
Camara trying again. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
60 Bison.
They'll try to run it in. It's Camara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talked about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here as he's taken down. Brian Brzee. What a sensational effort. That's going to be a loss of 20. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. And now they'll audible to something else. Play action now. Shuck. Now he's going to step up and run. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, New Orleans.
He'll drop to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. Now he's into the clear again. Touchdown, New Orleans. Foster Moreau, 46 yards. And the Saints have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. So that one his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's